Happy Tuesday. It's the Jam Nation podcast with Jonesy and Amanda.
We've been talking about Alora this week. She is our first finalist for Jam Singles. We met Alora. Today we spoke to her best friend Rory, and we also had information from her ex-boyfriend.
We went down to the Jonesy and Amanda Arms for the pub test. Mark McGowan quitting because he's tired. Does this pass the pub test?
The day started with Jonesy quizzing Gen Y Rye about why he wasn't driving his normal car.
Well, I noticed that he had a new car, and I said, well, Gen Y Rice bought a new car. No, it's his father's car, because why is he driving his father's car?
Oh, I forgot to put oil in my car and it broke down.
It's been
It didn't break down, it blew up.
It's been excruciating listening to Jonesy berate Ryan all morning, but we did go to the tribal drum, my kid in their car.
Matt Moran joins us as well to talk about local plate.
And your wife forbade you
She forbade me.
from something. How intriguing.
It's all coming up on the Jam Nation podcast.
Everybody online.
Right now, by the miracle of recording, we had so many requests for them to do it again.
Mistress Amanda
Miss Keller. Amanda.
doesn't work alone.
Wow, this is fantastic.
Her friend is in a back room making the tools of the trade.
I've heard them describe him as a drunken idiot.
Sorry, I've been drinking beer.
The legendary pirate Jonesy and Amanda the actress.
Hello, Wiggles. Congratulations, Mandy. We're on the radio right now.
Jonesy and Amanda, you're doing a great job.
You have no empathy for anyone but yourself, you giant tool.
Now's the time to hear good radio.
Sorry, a bit of a tongue twist there.
Jonesy and Amanda are here.
It's showtime, a-holes. We're on the air.
Top of the morning to you, Amanda, my little vested friend.
That's me. How are you?
I am great.
I'm invested. I'm invested in this show. I'm invested in life.
Good. You look good in a vest.
Thank you. Vest. Vest sounds like
It's a vest.
I'm 100 years old.
Not at all. Looks good.
Thank you.
You're a very stylish woman.
Thank you, Brendan. How are you today?
I'm great. I noticed Gen Y Rye has got himself a new car.
Have you?
A little
As
new
if I
car
know. I don't
today.
even know what your old car was.
You got what are you driving today?
It's actually my dad's car.
It's your dad's car.
Yeah, it's a Ford.
What happened to your little Hyundai that you had?
I had some issues with it.
Emotional
it's like a
issues.
new car.
Yeah, well, I broke down, and then the engine seized, so I had to...
Well, hang on. It broke down and then the engine seized.
Yeah, on the M1. I broke down the M1.
So it broke down and then the engine seized. Would you say that it broke down because the engine seized? And actually,
Could you not lecture him,
what
Brendan?
did the engine seize? What happened?
There were a few... I think it was like an oil thing. There was like one of those lights on.
Was it a little oil can shaped light?
Yeah, it was
that's red.
Yeah, it was red.
And how long was it like that for?
A couple of days.
Oh,
Brendan, he is not
cooked
your
the
son.
engine.
He is not your
you
son.
cooked the engine.
You don't need to berate Ryan for this.
So
It was... I thought
does
it'd
it
be-
turn over?
I don't know what that means.
What is it? Have you seen a mechanic?
No. Oh, like I had to get it towed.
Right.
Yeah.
Naturally.
Yeah.
But when you turn the engine, does it go? Does it?
No, it won't start.
So just go.
Yeah, it's cooked.
And did the mechanic say you've cooked the engine?
Yeah, they're like, it's going to cost $13,000
to put it
to get, and I bought it for 12. So
That's a great little car. What is it? 2012?
yeah, 2012. Yeah, 2012.
The Hyundai i30.
Why is this pain you, Brendan?
You know, you just put oil in. What's with you kids?
I didn't have time. What
do you mean you didn't have time to put
I'm
oil in?
working here all the time.
You put oil in the car.
Look, this is the most... I don't like these conversations, Brendan. You lecture me about my car. You lecture everyone about their cars.
I don't lecture. I just don't
Let
understand.
it go. Let it go.
I
Remember
don't-
that time I ran out of petrol? And I was horrified because I thought, this is awful. I've run out of petrol in the tunnel. The worst thing was you were meeting me at my house to film something. I
Yeah.
thought, the worst thing is that you would have to know. You're worse than a parent.
I just don't understand. In my life, I've got a lot of vehicles. I got a lot of vehicles, and every one of those vehicles, I can tell you the registration
Not
date.
everyone
I can tell
gives
you
a rat's.
how much oil they've got, how they're feeling, what's happening.
Well,
And-
other people have different passions.
What are we going to do about your car?
Well, I thought it was one of those, like when the petrol light goes on, you don't need to fill it up straight away. So I thought it was just one of those things. You just sort of leave it for a little bit and then...
And what it makes
And then
itself
the
better.
car really lets you know.
And then it starts generating its own
yeah,
oil.
it was just like, hey, like when you get a chance, like put some more oil in.
Oh, well, don't blow up your dad's car. How's he getting to work?
Oh, I think he's just catching the bus now.
Oh, your poor old man's catching the bus.
Yeah.
Brendan, Ryan is not your son.
And he's driving a Ford Focus.
Calm down. Should we get on with the Magnificent Seven?
Okay.
Everyone relax.
No, just, the kids these days. What's going to happen to the world?
But we're going to be okay. You're the one who's...
We won't, because the Turk will come and attack us, and the tanks will run out because there won't be oil in them, because Gen Y Rye won't put oil in them.
You know what I've learned, and I try and put this into practice with my own children and friends. There's no point in going crazy over the stuff that they don't care about, because you're the only one getting upset. Listen to yourself.
Just chill, man.
And you mentioned the Turk. How old are you? Come on.
I'm just saying, if we went to war with someone.
Well, we're not. Ryan's just driving to and from home. I think he's going to be okay.
Okay, let's get into the Magnificent
Can we
Seven.
please?
Okay, yeah, let's go. I just,
Question 1. What's the most consumed beverage in the world?
Jam Nation podcast. We have for you the Magnificent Seven. There are 7 questions. Can you go all the way and answer all 7 questions correctly? If you do that, Amanda will say...
Please don't talk about cars.
But it's back in question 7 right. Gen Y Rye has blown up his car.
I've said don't.
Because he didn't put oil in it.
It's not your concern,
Because the oil light was on.
Not your concern, Brendan.
Can I be honest?
Yes, please.
It was on for 2 weeks.
The oil light was on for 2 weeks. The little
I needed a day off. That's why I needed to have a day off so I could get it all sorted. And you guys wouldn't let me.
You just buy oil from the service station.
No, it's a whole thing. You have to take it in.
No, you top it up. You just top it up. 2 weeks. That poor little car.
You do have a weekend, Ryan.
2 weeks.
And you also do leave here while the light is still shining.
And when the low oil light comes on, that means there is some oil in the sump. But because you let it go for 2 weeks...
No, but that's what I thought. There's some in the sump, so I knew there was some.
You don't know what a sump is.
Well, the word "some" is in sump, so that tells you.
Okay.
Finding it harder to defend Ryan right about now.
2 weeks. Let's get into the Magnificent Seven. Tony's joined us.
Hello, Tony.
Good morning. How are we going?
Very well.
Thanks,
Question
Tony.
number 1. What's the most consumed beverage in the world?
Water.
It's water.
You can put it in your radiator as well, if it's low. Which chess piece moves only diagonally, Tony? Jeremy's in Narellan Vale.
Hi, Jeremy.
Good morning.
Which chess piece only moves diagonally?
A bishop.
Yeah, Bishop. Let's play the not-so-secret sound.
Duh. Jeremy, what sound is this?
Violin.
It is a violin.
Not good violin.
And some poor parent has to listen to that every afternoon after school.
Now Ever went down to Georgia.
Question 4. This is multiple choice for you, Jeremy. How many times is the word family said in the Fast and Furious franchise? Imagine if that was your job to try and work that out.
Mm-hmm.
Is it A, 66 times, B, 76, or C, 86?
We'll say B.
It is
76.
B,
Your Fast franchise.
I know you guys are a family, so I'm offering you a chance right now to make that family whole again.
You want to make this family whole again?
You don't think about our family.
Your code is about family.
I haven't watched. Are they a family?
No, they're just a bunch of criminals that steal cars. But they do put oil in them.
But they're a family.
But they're family. Like you guys at the living room. You say, my living room family.
Miguel does that.
Yeah.
And because familia is so big to them.
Yeah, of course.
And your friends are as well. I would say your family, Brendan.
You're my family.
You sound like you don't think so.
No, and we've got our little child over here.
Hey.
Neither of us are happy with him today.
It's a disappointment.
Question number 5. Which 1980s arcade game features an amphibian trying to cross a road without getting squashed by cars? I spent many of my university years playing this. Frogger was my favourite arcade game.
Michael Jordan is famously associated with which shoe brand?
Nike.
Look at you go. Jeremy.
You know what this means, Brendan? If Jeremy gets his next one right,
Yeah.
you've got to get out a big fact. Which host just announced he's leaving Sunrise?
I have no idea.
Oh, Jeremy's thrown in the towel. What's going on?
Is the fix in, Jeremy?
He knows how many times the word family was used in Fast and
That
Furious.
just seems a bit odd. Who got to you, Jeremy?
What's happened, Jeremy? Has our production team threatened you not to
They've
get
said,
the questions
don't answer
right?
the question.
Don't get question
We don't
7
want the
right.
big fact. Are you still with us, Jeremy?
But don't answer it now, Jeremy.
Yeah. And you don't know.
Thank you very much.
Okay,
Bye, Jeremy.
Bye. Come back anytime you hear.
How unusual.
Strange.
All right, well, question 7 is still going begging. It's such a hard one.
Oh, man,
Which
I was going to
host
do a
just-
fact about the Hyundai i30, how many litres of oil it takes in its sump.
Jam Nation.
WSFM, hello there, it's Jonesy and Amanda. Sunny today, 21 degrees in the city and out west. This is going to be a great day today, weather-wise, a really great day. Right now it's 9 degrees. It's 22 past 6. We're into the Magnificent 7. And we find ourselves at question number 7.
It's being handled by Tim from Penrith. Hello, Tim.
Hello, guys. How are you?
Very
thanks, Tim.
well. Which host has just announced he's leaving Sunrise?
Oh, the one and only David Kosh.
The Kosh dog. The Kosh dog is leaving. I'm just saying officially I'm pulling out of the running to host Sunrise.
Do you want to leave here, Brendan?
No. Well, you know, I'm like a shark. You know, I've always got to keep moving, get the water.
But you've
through
been
the
here for
gills.
20 years.
I know. That's why I was slow
You're a
shark.
hopeless shark.
Slow shark.
So the swimmers are safe.
No, this satisfies me. I'm very satisfied in this job.
Have you been asked to do that job at Channel 7?
I can't say anything. But I'm just pulling out of the race.
Oh, yeah.
I'd rather stay here with my familiar, like the Fast Furious franchise.
Okay. I don't want you to stay here if you don't want to stay.
I want to stay
Should I
here.
flick through my Rolodex?
What are you going to get? Who would you get to work with?
I'm going to get Koshi.
That'd be good. Koshi and Amanda.
No, I'd be Amanda and Koshi.
Ah, would it be? But do you want to change the name of the show?
No.
Happy to do it. No. Tim, you still there?
Hi, Tim.
mate.
Are you still there? Do you think
Congra-
Jonesy should be hosting Sunrise?
Oh, no. I'll vote no for that.
Okay.
Thanks, Tim. On your say-so, I'm staying here.
All right.
I was going to go. That's it. Congratulations, Tim. You won the Jam Pack inside. A family fun lab fun pass. 70 games each month across 4 worlds of fun. $150 to spend at Miles Gray, Australia's premier crystal-infused candle company. And Jonesy and Amanda carried you to his few to colour in and some Staedtler pencils. Tim, anything you'd like to add?
Just thank you very much, guys.
Tim, you're so welcome.
Well done,
Tim's
Tim.
not into our frou-frou chat.
I don't think anyone that listens to this show is into the frou-frou
Well,
chat.
I'm glad that you've decided to stay here, Brendan.
I know, it was touch and go for a bit there. You'd miss me.
Of course.
You'd miss me.
Of course. And
Yeah.
the fact that you haven't been invited there.
Oh, look, you don't know the chats that I've had. You don't know.
With yourself? I'd love to know.
The negotiations, you know.
Yeah.
You watch Succession, right?
Yeah.
It's like that.
Wow.
It's like the Gojo deal.
Really?
It's all happening.
And then it wasn't, and then it was, and then it
was,
wasn't.
well, it was just-
Wow, what a day you had yesterday.
Big day. Big day.
Well, I'm glad you're staying here. Lots of things on our show today. Matt Moran's going to be joining us. Now, yesterday we met our very first finalist for Jam Singles, who was Alora. She came in here with her beautiful dog, Simba, and we chatted to her. We have to find a suitor for her, but we need more information, so we're going to talk to her best friend and her ex-boyfriend.
We got the ex-boyfriend on the show.
He's also written us a letter. He didn't want to come on the show, fair enough, but he's given us some information about her.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
Podcast.
Thumbing through the Jalmanac, our big book of musical facts. On this day in 1990, Blue Sky Mine by Midnight Oil was released. It was inspired by a real-life incident involving the Whitnoon Blue asbestos mine in Western Australia. The mine was notorious for exposing workers and nearby residents to hazardous asbestos fibres, leading to severe health issues like mesothelioma. I went over there one time, had a look when I was working over in Western Australia. Amazing town, abandoned for all those years.
Yeah.
And they'd still do a bit of asbestos mining because the asbestos, it forms naturally. But you'd see it, just blue asbestos. And we spoke to this guy, and when he was a kid, he used to play in it. Like him and his brother would just play in the asbestos.
And were workers encouraged to keep working there is
Yep.
it like the tobacco industry, even after they discovered its deadly qualities?
Yeah, the asbestos was a wonderful product as far as it's, you couldn't set it on fire. It was really versatile, easy to work with, cheap. But the problem is the fibres
into
kill
your
you.
lungs.
And it's exactly what they're going through with all that, the silicosis. The guys chopping the bench tops and stuff like that. So you're always finding products that are eventually going to kill you.
But your responsibility is, as soon as you discover that, you cease and desist.
Yep, but I don't think we would have ever thought about asbestos or the town of Whitnoon until Midnight Oil did this song. Blue Sky Mine.
Jam Nation.
Well, yesterday, the West Australia Premier, Mark McGowan, said he's quitting. He's stepping down mid-term. He's still got 2 years to go as Premier before the next election. This is what's interesting. A, the timing, because he's been such a successful Premier. He won 53 out of 59 seats in the last election, and that was seen as a key factor in Anthony Albanese's win. It was a huge pro-Labor support for him in West Australia. But with 2 years to go, if you want to pull the pin, when do you pull the pin? Because you don't want to do it just before the election. You need to have someone bedded in your place. But what else was interesting was that he said he's quitting because he's tired. Rather than the old, I'm off to spend more time with my family.
Which usually means something else.
I've been caught out doing something.
Yeah, when we've got to spend more family time, they're either on the take or they've had an affair.
Or maybe they are tired, but you couldn't say so. He said, I'm tired, I'm extremely tired. He said, the role of political leadership doesn't stop. It comes with huge responsibility. It's not a decision I've taken lightly. I've been considering it for a while. But how do you accept someone saying they're tired? I think post-COVID, we're all existentially tired. We're all exhausted. Mm-hmm. He's in a big, powerful position, though. Is it brave of him to say, I'm just tired and I'm stepping away? Jacinda Ardern did something similar in New Zealand. I wonder if it's harder for a woman to say I'm tired, because then you get judged as, women aren't up to jobs like this, because they're just not. And men have wives behind them, and often those wives are working, I know. But I heard something the other day that said that women are caught in an interesting position where women of my generation and younger women, we have been told, go for the job, explore your...
You can have it all.
Well, not at all, but explore...
Well, they say that. You can have it all. You can have the kids, you can have the career.
No one's saying you can have it all.
That's what they say. I think that's maybe a self-fulfilling thing that women put on themselves.
Well, no one can have it all, as everyone's discovering. But we're encouraged, and rightly so, to have careers, but we're still doing the bulk of the work at home. So women are tired. We're all tired. How do you feel about Mark McGowan saying he's tired and stepping away?
It's different. So when Jacinda Ardern stepped down because she's tired, I went, fair enough. Mark McGowan, I go, come on, mate. You've got 2 more years, you can do it, unless there's something wrong with you.
So do you think it's different when a woman says it, says it to a man?
Definitely.
Why? You think men should have more ticker?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah, that's what men do. Man, that's what men do.
We've got a whole new discussion, though, around men now, and us saying man up and all of that isn't right anymore.
No, but I'm from the era of man up.
No, you're not. You're 55.
No, but I am from that era.
But do you think it's wrong to think like that?
For me to think like that about Mark McGowan.
Like you saying those words out loud, do you think maybe that's outdated thinking?
If he's tired and he wants to step down, it's no skin off my nose. But what I'm saying privately or in my mind, but as soon as he said, I said, come on, mate. That's a hard job to get into. There's a lot of people that would want to get into that job. You don't take that. It's like this job. This job, mate. Like I'm always tired. My life is tired.
But we're trying to be more responsible about how far we push ourselves, and in terms of mental health, taking it all on board. Where in fact it's okay to step away. True,
and also I think with his job, there's a great deal of responsibility that comes with it, as opposed to this. This is just being a commentator. It doesn't really. It's not a hard job. You have to be careful about what you say. There's always someone that's going to be upset with what you say. But it's a job.
We're not premiers.
We're not premiers.
But so, do you think if I said to you, I don't want to do this anymore because I'm tired, that's fair enough because I'm a woman?
I'd say, come on, you can do it. Have a nice
But it's interesting to me that you think that it's different for women and men.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, and I think many men of my vintage would say that as well.
And do you think there's something wrong with our society that men think that?
No, I just think it's generational. We're
But
becoming more
isn't that something
enlightened.
maybe we could change?
Possibly, and
should?
It will die with me. My generation, the people that were born in 1968, are a stoic generation. We were raised by fathers that didn't really express love. We were raised by you'd go onto a job, and if you lost your leg, you'd still have to work. You had teachers that used to beat you. You had all that sort of stuff. The kids these days, I envy them. I go, how great's that?
But
they're lucky.
But there's a whole lot of men your age who are seeing that doesn't have to be that way.
It doesn't have to be that way, no.
So just because that was your upbringing doesn't mean that's the modern world through your eyes. I mean, a lot of men your age are re-looking at this stuff for themselves as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you
But Mark
tired?
McGowan's, he's a young guy, isn't he? How old is he? He's not even 50, is he?
I don't know, but he's had that tough job and he said, I'm tired and I want to go. We might put this to the pub test.
Well, the Telegraph's gone to town on him. Apparently, he's all tugged out by steering his state through COVID, which in WA meant shutting the doors and hiding under the blankets. All of that inactivity and isolation can really tire a man.
That's not helpful. That isn't helpful. Do you agree, Brendan?
Look, as I said, as soon as I read that, I went, well, gee, you'd have to have a good excuse, not just tired. You need something bigger than that. Like if Jem Y. Rice said it, I go,
no, but this is our new world, that maybe that's all you need to say. We're trying to accept that sometimes that's enough.
No work's going to get done then.
Yeah,
nothing will get done.
But what's the opposite? We push everyone until they have a nervous breakdown, and that's okay. The families in succession just push through with no emotions, no feelings,
That's what
and
you gotta do.
stab each other.
Live the life of succession.
Without the billions. Well, we might put this to the pub test.
It's 16 to 7. In the meantime, Jam Singles is coming up. We met our first finalist, Laura, yesterday. We're going to talk to her best friend. Her best friend's a guy.
We'll talk to him and see what kind of person Laura is.
Jonesy and Amanda. Jam Nation.
Podcast.
I'm so lonely, so lonely.
No need to feel sad and blue. Let Jonesy and Amanda find love for you.
Let it not be said that we don't action stuff. We action stuff.
Well, we're trying to find love for 4 finalists and for all of you. If you think that our finalists are your perfect match. Yesterday we met Alora and her gorgeous dog Simba. Alora came in here. We thought we'd find out a bit more about Alora. We're going to find a match for Alora, and she's going to go on a date on Thursday and then tell us all about it on Friday. Mm-hmm. One of the ways we're going to find out more about Alora is by talking to the people in her life, one of whom is her best friend Rory. Hi, Rory.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Very well.
How did you guys meet?
So we met back when we were 15, working at an ice rink over in Sydney. I've been working. I was working with her and my wife for at least 5 years. She was best woman at my wedding and absolute heart of gold.
I get the impression she's a kind of a. Is she a hippie? I mean, she wears her heart on her sleeve and she wants the world to be a better place and she just wants everyone to chill out a bit.
I wouldn't really say hippie. I'd say she just has a really positive mindset. She's not going to be running in the grass with her shoes off, spinning in circles every day. You know, she's got a level head on her. She's got critical thinking skills. She's a school teacher, but she knows how to have fun as well.
That's true.
That's a nice way of describing her.
She said her flaw is that she always chooses the wrong men. Is that true?
Yeah, I think a lot of Alora's problems are just, she wears her heart on her sleeve, so she'll, try and do the best for people at her own detriment, which I think the real problem is just finding someone who's not going to, may take advantage of that. We want a good guy, right?
We want a good guy.
And what else should we be looking for in the kind of person we're matching her with?
Look, we want someone with a great sense of humour. That's very important. Someone who's a bit self-aware as well, and someone who's going to treat her right. Also, decent looking too. I've been told is very important. Let's make sure, let's make sure they've got a good head on their shoulders.
Yeah. All right.
Sounds good.
And and in the past, when she's gone for the wrong kind of guys, have you stood back and said from the get-go, he's not right for you? Could you see all this playing out?
I mean, look, everyone has to make their own decisions at the end of the day, and everyone has to make their own mistakes. Like, I'll always say to Laura, I don't think such and such has your best interests, and she'll say, look, I know, but I'm going to see where this goes, and I think she's a strong person, and she respects people's opinions, and I think she's always willing to give someone a chance.
Right, and you were in a relationship when you met Alora, weren't you?
When I met Alora,
you were only 15, weren't you?
When you were kids.
I was only 15 when we met.
Yep.
But So I've been in a few relationships, and then eventually ended up with my wife. We were working together, all three of us, but I ended up getting together with her for a few years.
But I was thinking of Harry Met Sally. Could have it ever been a case of you and Alora together?
Oh God, no. Personality types do not match. You know when there's just sometimes like Alora is essentially a sister to me. She had a beautiful speech at our wedding about how my wife and I were essentially pseudo parents to her, like an extra set of parents. Like we're like family, you know.
Okay, well this is good, Rory. You've given us good intel. Thank you.
You paint a very fabulous picture of her. I like how you said she's got critical thinking, so don't let her lightness about life make you think she's not in it for all the right reasons.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good on you, Rory. Thank you.
She knows how to have fun, and you can take her to meet your mum.
All right.
Boom.
Nice.
Nailed it. Thank you. We're coming up on the show a little bit later on. We're going to have Alora's ex-boyfriend on the show.
He's written us a few words about Alora, and we'll share those with you as well.
Jam Nation.
Doing it for the gram right now.
Who wants some free money?
Instant.
Coin. Cash.
Moolah.
I like the sound of that.
Jonesy and Amanda's
Instagram.
It's happening. 10 questions, 60 seconds on the clock. You can pass if you don't know an answer. We'll come back to that question if time permits. If you get all the questions right, you can win $1,000.
And then something interesting happens. We say to you, oh, that's great. Do you want to go away with $1,000? And you can.
Yeah.
Then we'll say, do you want to double your money for one extra question? Get one more question right and you get $2,000. If not, you walk away with nothing.
Charlotte's in Milpera.
Hi, Charlotte.
Hey guys, how are you?
Very
Charlotte.
well. The main thing here, Charlotte, is if you're not sure, say pass, because we might be able to come back to it. But if you get it wrong, then the game's over, okay?
I reckon you can do this, Charlotte.
Okay. We've got 10 questions. We've got 60 seconds. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Charlotte, good luck. Here we go. Question 1. What animal makes the noise meow?
A cat.
Question 2. What's the last letter of the alphabet?
Z.
Question 3. What sport do the Sydney Swifts play?
Netball.
Question 4. What season comes after summer?
Autumn.
Question 5. How many sides does an octagon have?
8.
Question 6. In which country did mozzarella originate?
Pass.
Question 7. Who plays Ken in the new Barbie movie?
Pass.
Question 8. Where is the Louvre Museum located?
The Louvre's in Paris.
Question 9. Who sings the hit song Shape of You?
Ed Sheeran.
Question 10. Who's the author of the thriller The Shining?
Stephen King.
Question 6. In which country did mozzarella originate?
Mozzarella. I don't know, but Ryan Gosling's Ken.
Yes.
Yep.
And in which country did mozzarella originate?
Think about
Italy?
it.
Yes!
You did it.
Yes, you did.
You did it.
You went out of order with the other things, but you've done it.
Yeah.
Let me just check. Let me just check the rules. Let me just check the. Yeah, that's great. Good. Yes, excellent. You've won $1,000.
Thank you.
Now, Charlotte, the music changes right here, right now.
It does.
And Jonesy puts a gag on. Charlotte, would you like to
Hang on.
answer?
It's not even Saturday night.
Would you like to answer one more question for $2,000, or would you like to walk away with $1,000?
I'm going to walk away with $1,000.
You sure, Charlotte? Because I'm looking at this.
Broke my heart. I listened to both.
No, but Charlotte, just hear me out. Look what you just did then. You came back under pressure. I reckon you could do this. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that didn't work so well for last week's people.
Charlotte, what would you like to do?
I'm definitely taking the $1,000. I'm sorry to be boring.
I've got the tempting pants on, Charlotte.
Stop it, Brendan.
Okay, I'll take them off then.
Well, so you've got $1,000. We're not playing this for realsies, but let me ask you what the question was and see if you would have known it.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
What's the capital of Spain?
Madrid.
Oh. I told you you would have got it.
But Charlotte, you've got $1,000.
$1,000. So good. I'm not disappointed. Thank you, everyone.
Charlotte, we are not.
Charlotte.
Mum and Dad are not disappointed with you right now.
Well
We're very
played.
proud.
Well played.
Good on you.
Thank you.
Good on you, Charlotte. How good's that? Things that aren't good, Jem Y. Rye has stuffed his car up.
It's not your business.
It is my business.
It seems to have jazzed you enormously.
It jazzed me greatly, particularly when we talk about how he stuffed his car up.
All right, well, I know that this is you want to berate him even
I'm not going to
further.
berate him. I'm going to berate him a little bit.
Jam Nation.
I got into work today and I looked at the car park and I noticed that Jem Y. Rye was driving a different car. I thought he's bought himself a new car. And I always appreciate when someone buys a new car.
Whereas I have car blindness, I can barely recognise my own car. I don't know what Ryan drove previously, or if he turned up in a Hummer, I wouldn't notice.
He drives a little Hyundai i30, which is a great little car. The Koreans make it. It's not too bad,
One of my sons has one of those, I think.
Yeah, Jack's got a Hyundai
Does
i30.
he? I can't tell he's in the street either.
It's a great little car. They go okay. They go well, but the reason Ryan's driving a Ford Focus today is because it's not he's bought a new car.
Yeah, so the car had a breakdown.
Yeah. So you're driving your dad's car.
Yeah, I'm driving my dad's car.
So your poor dad right now is on the bus.
Yeah, he's catching the bus. Yeah.
When we first discussed this at the beginning of the show this morning, Ryan, you're going to have to just tell us what happened to the car and why it had a breakdown, because it gave Jonesy a breakdown just listening to it.
Well, it had the oil light on, so the red one.
The little oil can shaped light.
And then there was like gurgling noises, and then it just like turned off.
And so you didn't have oil in the car. And I said, well, for how long?
Well, I had a really busy 2 weeks, so I didn't have any time to go and fix it.
So you drove that poor little Hyundai for 2 weeks without oil.
And now the engine's ruined, is that right?
No, he's cooked the engine. He's cooked the engine and the car. What did the mechanic say to you?
He said it was going to cost, $13,000 to get a new
For
engine.
a new motor?
Yeah.
Is that a brand new crate motor from Korea? I reckon we can do better.
How much was the car worth?
It was like worth $12,000, so the engine's worth more than the car.
Now you got a situation. What are you going to do?
Do you want to buy some parts?
Buy some parts. I'll give you $100 for the whole thing.
Don't look at me, Ryan. I can't help you. I don't know if that's a good deal or not.
What I would suggest you do, have you got some space?
What do you mean?
Well, like space, like to keep it.
Yeah, I could just pop it in the garage at home, I guess.
No, and all your dad's stuff goes out on the street. What I was going to propose, what you can do, if, for example, the Hyundai i30, the taillights alone are probably worth about $130 each. Okay, so what you do is you go on eBay and you just start breaking the car up and selling.
But who breaks it down? Doesn't a wrecker do that?
No, well, you could do it. Are you handy with tools?
I don't know how to do that.
No.
Can you do it for me?
Well, I could, but you could do it. I just, kids in cars. I don't know what you're going to do.
But you lecture your own kids about... Ryan's not your child, so don't berate him.
One day my daughter came down the road and I could hear her car. It sounded like a one-man band. I went, what the hell's wrong with that? So I walked outside and I said, what's wrong with your car? She said, no time, Brendan. I've got no time. I said, okay. So I got under there with my torch and I'm looking up at the disc brakes. I'm thinking, well, what's wrong? I can't see the pads or anything. She'd worn the pads away so much that it had gone into the cylinders, the calipers that press onto the disc brake itself, and she'd worn into them as well.
So does that mean her brakes weren't working?
She had no front brakes. And I said, you've got no front brakes. I've got no time for brakes. Okay. And then my son came down the road in his jalopy and it's exactly the same noise. They both killed brakes in their car.
You're allowed to be stressed at them, but not at Ryan.
When I was a kid, all you wanted...
Oh, come on. Here we go. When I was a kid,
no one had a car. Everyone had a driver's license. Now, every kid has got a car, but they don't have a driver's license. And because it's parents like me, snowplow parents, that go, we'll get you a car. We'll get it happy.
And we'll fix it for you.
And then it sits in the front yard with grass growing through it. Well, Johnny Ryan sits inside playing Xbox.
What?
Johnny Ryan?
Johnny Ryan. Ryan Slacky Pants, not looking after the car.
I think cars mean more to you in your generation than they do to younger people.
I think, though, it's something the Tribal Drum would beat for. And it would be my kid and their car. Yeah. I'm in love with my car! Not...
Well, you've seen the state of Jack's car. You've seen how the boot is his wardrobe. He moved out of home to go to uni 18 months ago. And he's moved from the college he was living in now, shared accommodation. He has always dressed out of the back of his car. And in his new house, I said, have you got any coffee cups? And he found 10 in his car. That was on the floor in his car.
What about my son's car? He went to take that to the wreckers when it finally died. It was like the Bluesmobile at the end of the Blues Brothers. It just went and fell apart. It was an old Toyota Avalon. And the wreckers were about to take it. And I said, well, you want to get the change out of the centre console, mate? And he goes, yeah, good idea. Do you know how much? Just have a guess. How many?
$50?
$900 in coins in the centre console.
Some poor person at the bank that day goes, oh, great.
No, I couldn't believe it.
Wow.
He got $200 for the car.
Wow,
$900 in the centre console.
Jam Nation.
My generation, we're obsessed with cars and motorcycles and anything that ran on petrol. It seems that the kids these days aren't as much.
No. Well, they use cars to just get around, and often they don't
We
take
got it.
care
We
of them
use
in the
cars
same
to
way
get
that you
around.
do. Yeah, but you probably were obsessed with looking after it because it mattered to you.
Well, 'cause
You're
you
right.
had-
It matters less now.
You had to get around. You didn't have Facebook or the internet or any of that stuff. You had to actually communicate with people. You had to get around. Jem Rai, who works on our show, has cooked his car.
Yeah, the engine broke down.
You ran it out of oil.
Yeah.
And that's not good because cars need these things, mate. They need air, water, spark, and oil.
He's probably getting all this from his dad at home. You don't need to do the pile.
Has your dad given you any grief?
Yeah, because now I'm using his car.
Yeah, of course.
But
And
you said it yourself, there's oil in the sump, and that lasts for a little bit. So
Yeah, a little bit, not 2 weeks. So the tribal drama is beating my kid and their car. Not.
Chris has joined us. Hello, Chris.
G'day, team.
How are you, mate?
Good. How's yourselves?
Oh, okay.
Well, Jonesy's anxious about what's happened to Ryan here. Yes. Were you phoned up to talk about your kids and your car?
No, I work for a company called Penrith City Tyres and Automotive, and I thought I would help the young fella out and try and get him a better quote on a new engine.
Ooh, well, that's good because they're quite. How much do they quote you for a new engine?
13 grand.
That seems a bit excessive, Chris.
Chris, what do you reckon?
Yeah, look, it depends really whether it's a petrol or diesel, but, I certainly feel I could try and do a better quote for it. That's...
Okay, so it's a petrol engine.
Yeah.
Ryan has no idea.
Yeah.
It's so what? 2012 i30.
Yeah.
What would that be worth?
Mate, you're hopefully looking less than 10 grand, but I can get some figures together and send a quote through.
What about to break the car up just to sell it as a going concern? What's it worth now?
Oh, to sell it in pieces, it's really few and far between. You could get a couple $100, could get a couple of grand, but it's really a niche sort of thing.
Okay.
You're only selling to that market.
And so would a wrecker give him more than that?
You'd probably find if you did a cars for cash, you'd probably get $1,000.
$1,000. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Chris, what if I throw in a Jonesy and Amanda tea towel? Okay. Could you do me a good deal, $4K for a new engine?
Well, give me some further details off air and
about how big the tea towel is.
It's good for cleaning spills up.
Chris, thank you for your help.
Chris, we will take your details.
How's this become buy, sell and swap with
Take
Ryan?
your details.
Jam Nation Podcast.
WSFM, hello there, it's Jonesy and Amanda with the Foo Fighters there. Times like these. Have you seen the new drummer in the Foo Fighters?
So Daryl Summers? He's a good drummer.
No, it's not Daryl's, but no, it's Josh Freese, but he's very, very, very good. Hello, it's Jonesy and Amanda heading for 21 degrees today. Right now it's 9 degrees. The tribal drummer's beating my kid and their car. I'm in love with my car. Not Jem Rai, who works with us, has blown up his car, didn't put oil in it.
You're not his parent, Brendan, but it's triggering you in a way because your kids do this.
Really, honestly, a car engine will last forever if you just put oil and water.
He's
That's all
got
you
his
gotta
own
do.
father to
How's
nag
the
him.
radiator? Was that all right?
I don't even know what that is.
The radiator, you put the water in
We've been joined by Diane. Hello, Diane. Tell us about your kid and their car.
Oh, good morning. I was just having a giggle because my son absolutely loves the Foo Fighters. He sent me a message to say, Mum, you've got to call me. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'm busy. And the next thing he rings me and I go, what? And he's going, have you paid my car insurance? And I'm, why would I pay your car insurance, buddy? You're 35. And he's like, but you've always paid my car insurance. I said, no, I've never paid your car insurance. And he goes, oh. And I've gone, what? He said, I had an accident. And I'm like, oh. He said, it's not a big one, but it was my fault. And the guy said, I have to pay his quote, and now I've got to pay my quote. And I'm like, yeah. And he says, it's going to cost me about $2,000. And I said, well, who's that for? He said, that's mine. He said, but the other guy's 10.
Ooh.
Oh, no.
Did he just assume for all those years his car was insured?
Yeah, he did.
I'm going to say something controversial. Probably paying 12 grand's cheaper than having insured it all those years.
How many years?
Play Russian roulette with your insurance.
Probably probably, but I just said to him, I said, why would I pay your insurance, mate? He says, oh, because you take my car to get serviced for me. I said, yeah, but I still give you the bill.
Wow.
See,
And what an assumption until you have an
Such
accident.
a snowplow generation.
wow.
You see what's happening,
Mum,
man.
why aren't you paying that?
Jam Nation.
So the Tribal Drummer's been beating. Gem Y Rye came in with a different car, and I thought he's moving on up. He's got himself a new car. But no, he's cooked his old car. Now he's driving his dad's car.
Well, we've drilled down a bit and he didn't put oil in even though the light was flashing.
And I said, what, a couple of days? 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm. So the engine's gone and he's got to work out what's going to happen next. But he's been lectured by Brendan. I can hear how you lecture your own children by listening to you here.
Not lectured, but, back in my day, the car was sacrosanct. You looked after it. You loved the car. These days, people just, I want a car to get me from A to B. We'd stop and we'd look at cars. We'd love cars.
Yeah, but eras change. Eras change. I mean, Ryan probably has been irresponsible, but it's not his fault that he doesn't care about a car the same way that you do. Sorry, Ryan. I know. Tribal Drum is beating for my kid and their car.
Not. Simon has joined us.
Hi, Simon.
Hi, Jonesy. Hi, Amanda.
What happened to the car?
So I'd had a car for about 12 years and it was coming up to the time where I wanted to renew it.
Mm.
And so in my mind, I thought I'll hand it over to my son when I get my new car. So that's what I did. I gave him the car. He'd had it about 2 or 3 weeks. And bearing in mind I'd had this car for 12 years and I'd nursed it throughout those 12 years. He'd had it 3 weeks and I get a phone call and he says, Dad, I've had a bit of an accident. I said, what do you mean you've had an accident? He said, I was in the supermarket car park and he said, I reversed into a post and it's put a big dent in the side of the car. I said, what do you mean you reversed into a post? He said, while I was away going shopping, somebody put a post there.
Oh, those posts, they just jump out in front of you.
Well, Simon, apparently it can happen.
Could have been some speedy council workers.
It's unlikely, isn't it?
Oh, man.
Oh.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
Podcast.
So Gem Y Rye has cooked his car, and the more I hear about this story, the more fascinating it gets. So you're driving along on the highway, all of a sudden, what happened?
Yeah, so like the car was making all these noises and I was like, oh, this doesn't sound very good. And then just like turns off for some reason.
Yeah.
And then so I had to pull to the side of the road and I just ran and hid in the bush.
Why?
Well, it was on the M1 and I didn't want to, because like there was trucks going past.
Well, no, fair enough.
Yeah.
But
Did you crack the bonnet?
I don't know how to do that.
Oh, good.
And in the days before mobile phones, life was so much harder. What did you do?
I just called Mum.
Right.
And what'd she say?
She said, can you call the NRMA?
Ryan, it happens.
I don't know why you're defending him.
Because your anger doesn't help anybody.
If we go to war and these guys have got to go over the top in tanks and stuff.
They will have a different skill set,
they'll all
Brendan.
break down because no one checked the oil.
They will have a different skill set to you and it'll be okay.
I just,
They will run the computer side of life that you're not good at.
I think we were the last good generation.
Don't
Just
even
saying.
go
I'm
there.
going to come out and say it.
Oh,
I just think.
please.
And there's a lot of guys born in 68, guys and girls, that are going, yeah, you're right on.
Everyone thinks their generation is the best. That's why you...
Look, I've listened to Mike and the Mechanics. I know.
That's why it's time for you to sit on your porch and whittle your teeth and let everyone take over.
We were raised by the iron rod of the baby boomers, and we are very capable. Just saying, Generation X, I salute you. We're part of a dying breed.
The world, and I'm not going to let this conversation go.
No, let
the
it go.
world is changing, Brendan, and the younger people will have the skill set for the new generation.
Who don't know how to open the bonnet of a car.
And everyone's going to be okay.
No, they're not. Anyway, the Tribal Drummer's beating my kid and their car.
I just hate it when old farts talk like you.
It's not old fart.
It's old fart.
Brad has joined us.
Hi, Brad.
Hi, guys. How are you?
Very well. Tell us about your kid's car.
Well, she bought her own car. She'd had it for a while. She called me up and said she got a flat tyre. I went out to help her change the flat tyre because she didn't know how to. And then I realised that all the tyres had the steel bands coming out of them. So the reason they were flat is because the tyres were worn down so far, the metal had come through them.
Ooh.
And I asked her why, and she said, I didn't know that the tyres had to be changed.
Oh. you know.
Are you hearing me about the most capable generation, Brad? Would you agree?
I would agree, yeah.
We're the last.
She didn't even know that had a spare tyre.
Oh,
I'm sure she's got other skills, Brad.
There was a time I would say, look, everyone should know how to change a tyre. It's got to a point now where the kids not only can't change a tyre, don't even know when the tyre's gone.
Listen to yourself.
Why
don't you ride a T-Rex on your way home?
Thank you, Brad. Geraldine's joined us.
Hello, Geraldine. Tell us about your kid's car.
Hi. Well, my son, in his 20-year-old wisdom, in the middle of state lockdowns, decided to buy a car from Melbourne. So he bought this old Toyota Land Cruiser, about 10K. It came up on a truck, had to be driven across the border, back on another truck. It was supposed to be delivered to a car yard. It was found in the middle of a paddock in Camden. It was just a complete disaster. He's had to spend more on that car to get it going than he purchased it for, and it has just been a complete and utter disaster. He still has it, still refuses to sell it. So if anyone wants a Toyota Land Cruiser, it's in Dunoon, and we can get it to you in Sydney, because it was just such a waste of money.
Oh, they're a great thing, the Land Cruiser.
He's fixed it up now and he's driving it?
Oh, it's drivable, but he just can't get rid of it because he now lives in the middle of nowhere. And I think he kind of still loves it, but it was just, we call it his COVID car.
Yeah.
He did actually say to us, what do you think if I buy this car, and showed it to us? And we said, bad idea, son. He said, too late, I bought it. And it was just, we actually don't even think it was the car that was in the picture. So I think it's just a complete, it was just a complete
Is it, what series Land Cruiser? Is it 80 series, 70 series, which one?
Oh, yes, 80, mid-80s.
That's great. I got one
like
of those. I got one of those. They are great. They go forever.
Well, luckily you're a genius, Brendan, and the last of the greats.
I'm not a mechanical genius.
The
I just know how
last
to
of the
open the bonnet,
greats.
put oil and put water in. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. Anyway, thank you for all your calls. It's 13 to 8. Coming up the pub test, Mark McGowan quitting because he's tired. Does that pass the pub test? What generation's he from?
Jam Nation.
Down to the Jonesy and Amanda Arms for the pub test. Mark McGowan is quitting because he's tired. Does this pass the pub test? It got less traction than Koshy leaving Sunrise.
Well, he's leaving less, what's the time, the word, warning?
Notice.
He's notice, that's it. Koshy's giving 2 weeks. Mark McGowan's giving one.
Well, Koshy's from my generation. That's he's a workhorse.
How old's Mark McGowan? He's 55, isn't he? I think he's your age.
Is he?
Yeah. So it's an interesting thing for a man to step down and not say, I'm spending more time with my family, that I'm quitting because I'm tired. He has said he's exhausted. He's completely exhausted. Nothing left in the tank, etc., and just wants to step down. He is 2 years into his second term, still another 2 years to go. And I guess that's probably good timing for his successor to bed in before an election. But it seems like the new way of being honest about why you're leaving a job. We spoke about this a bit earlier, and you said, Brendan, I said, if a woman did it, and Jacinda Ardern did this in New Zealand, I'm exhausted and I'm on my way out. There's some speculation that there were ructions in the party anyway. But it's a big admission just to say I'm tired. And post-COVID, I wonder if this is the new way, our mental health way of being honest with saying I'm out because I'm not functioning anymore, and that's okay.
Yeah, maybe. And maybe I'm from a different time.
But tell me what you think.
Well, it's different for a man as to a woman. When Jacinda Ardern left, fair enough. But when a guy does it, you go, oh, come on, mate, you can do a bit more, can't you?
But I think it's that kind of thinking that, hey, mate, man up.
I wouldn't
be
say
strong.
that to him.
Well, that's probably what you're saying is be strong and just put up with it. Whereas maybe the new way of thinking is let's give credence to your emotional life as well. And if you're not coping, say so.
There's a lot of emotional stuff going on at the moment. Like sometimes you just got to get stuff done. That's what happens. And whatever he does is his own business. The newspapers have certainly got a town on him about it.
Obviously, the New South Wales ones have. But he's hugely popular in Western Australia.
They call him Dad over there.
The last election, he won 53 out of 59 seats. He got over 90% approval rating in some polls, the most of any politician in Australia. And so he's much loved in Western Australia, but he's decided to step away because he's tired. So, Mark McGowan quitting because he's tired. Does this pass the pub test?
Jonesy and Amanda. Jam Nation.
Podcast.
I want you to get up right now. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills!
Go to your windows, open them, and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell, I'm not gonna take this anymore!
Down to the Jonesy to Amanda Arms for the pub test. Mark McGowan quitting because he's tired. Does it pass the pub test? This is WA's Premier.
We were talking about this earlier today, that I think it's harder for a woman to say she's tired than a guy, because then men go, well, she wasn't up to it. Women aren't strong enough.
I don't know if men think that, but you kind of go, oh, fair enough.
But
it is a bit tougher for a guy to quit when he's tired. But that's the way we were raised.
You said that you think it's easier for a woman to say she's tired than for a guy because you think it's weak when a man says it.
Not weak, it's just the way we were raised. I don't think that that's weak, by the way. You've misunderstood me. But in my mind, you look at it, how long have I been doing this job for? 20 years, had a motorcycle accident, I was into work next day, broken back and shoulder. That's the era that I do. That was the era that I was raised on. I don't judge other people for what they do, but I'm just saying for me, I can't stop because I love doing this.
But you said with Mark McGowan, when you heard the news, you thought, come on, mate, push through.
No, in my mind I went, yeah, it's because that's a hard job to get into. I would imagine you've got to get your votes, you've got to get it selected, you've got to do all that, and then you win, and then all of a sudden, when you've only been on the job for 6 years, you're going to leave. That's my thing.
Whereas I think post-COVID...
If that was me.
I think post-COVID we're far more aware of our mental health and of the right that we have to pull the pin when we don't feel right about things, rather than that old soldier-on mentality.
Yeah.
Mark McGowan,
and also, he's got a different job as well. He is in control of a lot of things.
Yes, we're not comparing our job to his.
You want him to be at the top of his game, not slacking off.
Mark McGowan quitting because he's tired. Does it pass the pub test?
Look, it's a lame excuse, but I'm going to say yes, because if he's tired, he's not going to do the job properly. So step down and hand it to someone who's ready to take the reins.
Look, I think it does pass the pub test. You've got to be enthusiastic and passionate when you're in public office, and you've got to do it well. And if you're no longer able to do that, I think you need to be upfront about that. And I say that he's the bigger man for being able to say that.
Of course it passes the pub test. Who wants a tired politician? Many more should follow suit, not mentioning any names.
Yes, definitely. Good on him. He was passionate about his state and the people.
It's good that he's honest. You need somebody that's going to look after the state that's fresh and has got a lot more in the tank.
Yes, it does. I mean, if we want to be serious about embracing mental health and looking after our well-being, then we shouldn't stigmatise this. If we're going to be serious, we need to embrace it holistically.
You don't want him phoning it in, that's for sure.
No.
Maybe that's something we could do. We'll become premiers of Western Australia.
How does the discussion about Mark McGowan... You said earlier you wanted to take Kosh's job, and now you want to take Mark McGowan's job.
I didn't say that. Koshi just put my hat into the ring. You heard him on our show yesterday.
Yeah, he sounded a lot like you doing your impression of Koshi.
Not at all. Not at all.
Okay.
Thank you for all your calls.
Jam Nation.
You know how I love eBay.
Oh, what have you done?
And you know how I love...
What have you done?
I love Gumtree. I love eBay. I love Gumtree. That's what I do. I just troll through it and just look for cool stuff. But I got tipped into Facebook Marketplace by a friend of mine. Genuinely, I keep away from Facebook because it's just too much. It's too much time wasting. But a friend of mine had a picture on Facebook Marketplace of a Flight Centre man.
You've got one.
For sale, yes. For sale. And I went, and it was kind of near my house, and I went, whoa.
But Brendan, I bought you a Flight Centre man for your 40th birthday.
Yeah, I know. And I, in kind, bought you one as well.
Yeah, so why do you need another one?
Anyway, Did
you buy another one?
I reached out to the guy. I said, he wanted $500. I said, I'll give you $300. He said, $400 is yours. So I've gone, boom. And then I'm walking out the door on Saturday, and Helen says to me, where are you going? And I said, I just scored this Flight Centre man for $400. And she went, no. What do you mean, no? I said, I'm going to get it. She said, like you.
Yes.
You've already got one.
A lot of people would say you shouldn't have one, let alone two.
So I said, well, I'm going to get it. And my wife lets me do whatever I want. She's very good that way. But she said, no, I forbid it. And as soon as she says, I forbid, that's it. I said, really? Because that's a hard no. Forbid is a hard no.
And
well, then I had to write to the guy. I said, oh, man, I'm sorry. But what's happened is my wife has said I've already got one and I don't need another one.
You know, how old? It's like a
He was great.
5-year-old.
He was very understanding. He wrote back and he said, well, tell me about it. And he's got a Ronald McDonald sitting down in a chair.
For sale?
I know, I said. Because Helen didn't stipulate that I can't buy other figurines
Right.
from
Where would you
mascots.
put a Ronald
Oh,
McDonald?
I've got a spot right for it as well. Except it'd be outside my house, so it'd look a bit weird.
Oh, do you think? Do you think?
But the sitting down Ronald, you know, with his leg crossed.
Yeah. It would be defiled. Your friends had come over for a few drinks and it would be defiled.
They would respect the sanctity of Ronald. So anyway.
I like that. I forbid you.
I forbid it.
Yeah.
Jam Nation.
Podcast. I'm so lonely, so lonely.
No need to feel sad and blue. Let Jonesy and Amanda find love for you.
It's happening.
This week's finalist is Alora. She's, I think, 31 years old. She's a teacher by day, a professional mermaid by night. She came in here...
I don't know if she's a professional mermaid
Not by night. No, I don't mean by night.
No one's going to see her.
No, that's true. Stay out of the fishing nets.
Yeah.
No, she's also a professional mermaid. She works a lot with kids. She's pretty amazing. She came in here and we met her. She brought in her gorgeous dog Simba with her. And we asked her what kind of stuff she's looking for. What's something that people should know about you before expressing interest in you?
I don't even know. Like, I wear my heart on my sleeve.
What would you like us to look out for to save you from falling in love too easily with the wrong person?
Somebody that doesn't have the right intentions. They've obviously got to be an animal lover, somebody that wants to be with somebody, like to start a family eventually.
We chatted to best friend Rory earlier.
Yes. I get the impression she's a kind of a... Is she a hippie? I mean, she wears her heart on her sleeve and she wants the world to be a better place and she just wants everyone to chill out a bit.
I wouldn't really say hippie. I'd say she just has a really positive mindset. She's not going to be running in the grass with her shoes off, spinning in circles every day. You know, she's got a level head on her. She's got critical thinking skills. She's a school teacher, but she knows how to have fun as well.
That's a good description.
Well, we also have been reaching out to other people in her life. Remember she told us that she went to Melbourne. She fell in love at a wedding, at a friend's wedding, went to Melbourne on a whim to be with this guy. And they broke up and she was stuck in Melbourne for months and months of lockdown. Well, we got in touch with him and he's written us a letter. I'll read it to you. Dear Jonesy and Amanda, I'd probably describe our time as a bit of a roller coaster, lots of ups and downs. She's very outgoing and up for just about anything, but she can get pretty full on and likes to be the centre of attention. For pros, he said she's outgoing, she's fun, she's compassionate, she's got lots of empathy. Cons, lack of self-confidence, her self-esteem despite her outgoingness, and she can be a little needy. She needs someone that's 100% to match her commitment and is a positive person.
We're getting all good intel about Alora, aren't we?
And you know what? After the show, we're going to go through all the people who've expressed interest in Alora. I had a quick sneak peek a bit earlier. There's a couple who I think might be absolutely spot on.
Okay.
I wasn't sure at first because Alora's such an interesting person. I thought, will we get people who will match what she's got? But I think we might have a few.
And no, she's not a deal in any way.
No, she's certainly not. And what's going to happen is we will select someone and they'll go on a date on Thursday.
Ooh, this is exciting. It's exciting.
Jam Nation.
Got a debrief about Succession. We both watched it.
We won't do it on air today because we have said that we will wait 24 hours for other people to have a chance to watch it. But tomorrow we can talk about it. A lot of build-up as to how will the finale go, what's going to happen. It lived up to all of it in terms of the twists and the turns and the snakes and ladders and who's in power and who loses power. It went all over the place.
Were you satisfied?
Gobsmacked and satisfied.
I was
my law
satisfied.
firm.
It was like I had a big meal, but I didn't have too much of a big meal. I had enough meal, so I went to bed feeling very satisfied.
So you like the ending? Is that what you're saying?
I love the ending.
I missed the analogy.
The ending was, I'm just trying to think of another series, Sons of Anarchy. How Sons of Anarchy finished, I think Succession is on par with how that finished. Forget about Game of Thrones. That was
There's always a lot of expectation, isn't there, for finales?
But Sons of Anarchy, when that finished, that had to finish. It had to finish with Jax Teller dying. It had to happen.
Well, it feels like you could just... I'm disappointed because I just want to watch this show forever. It's been called one of the best TV shows that's ever been
It's
made.
so well written. I think as well there's tendrils of spin-off here.
But they
There's
don't want
lots
to
of
do it.
spin-off.
No, they've decided to end it.
If they could do
I'm
it, though.
actually tempted to go back and watch from the beginning because it's
first
just
one.
so well written and it's so well crafted.
Because it seems to me it starts with
Don't give anything away.
The first series. It starts with that Logan Roy's 80th birthday, and then by the time we get to series 4, it's his 81st birthday? But an election has gone on as well. So
No, it's more than a year, isn't it?
well, I've just read from a few people that it's only a year. But if you look at it, they started making that. I started watching that show back in 2018, before the pandemic, I believe.
Well, I was reading something yesterday in the paper that from one of the actors who I just love, Alan Ruck, who plays Connor.
Yeah, he was in Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
That's right. And he said when they did their first table read, it was the day of the 2016 election. And they all went back to the producer's house and watched the result come in with Donald Trump. And he said, what's been so interesting is this show has dropped at just the right time where we see who's manipulating the power, what people with money are doing, how there's no sense of service or thought even of social policy. The people running the country are not who you think they are.
Mm-hmm.
And this show has been a classic example of that.
What was your favourite? Because they talk in word salad in that show. What's your favourite? I like we're going to check the narrative, we're going to control the narrative, we're going to check the temperature.
I saw a thing the other day where they'd compiled all of Logan Roy's F-offs. Went for about 10 hours.
You just listened to that podcast.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
Podcast.
Well, we usually see this next man running the hottest restaurants in Sydney. He still does that, but at the moment he's putting his judging pants on for your local club Perfect Plate Awards in search of the best club meal in the state. 160 dishes to try. You might need some bigger pants. Matt Moran, hello.
Here he is.
Look, it's all in moderation, Amanda. You know, you don't have to go too hard. You can just,
But who's got self-control when you're facing a beautiful dish? It's really hard.
I don't have to eat the whole 160. It's the actual patrons coming in and tasting them and then scoring them and through a QR code, and then we average it out and then we get a winner. We actually get a few winners.
You started out in clubs.
Yeah, you've got a good memory.
And
haven't you?
where was it? Bankstown RSL or somewhere like
Blacktown.
that?
Parramatta RSL.
Parramatta RSL. But I was reading an article and you said you just wanted to learn how to crack an egg with one hand.
That was I remember the head chef, Greg Plunkett, his name was, and I remember him saying to me, to be really good in this game, you've got to be really quick. And I saw him crack an egg with one hand, and I thought, oh my God! Well, like if I could do that one day, I'd be pretty bloody happy.
We watched you one time on MasterChef. This is years ago, and you did the chicken. You had to make a whole instead of getting the chicken from the shop where it's all chopped up into bits.
Bone it all out.
Yes.
Yep.
I've never seen anything like it.
Man, that was that should be a YouTube thing. Just you doing that. It's so quick.
Look, it's just something. I actually did a lot of butchery when I was young. So, living on the farm.
Get in trouble for it?
Anything you want to confess with us, Matt?
No. Because on the farm, we used to kill our own lambs, and every now and then we'd do a steer and we'd share it with locals and whatever. So I knew a little bit about butchery when I actually went into cooking, and it's one of those great things that I used to love doing down in the basement of ARIA for many, many years. And now I used to find it really therapeutic to sit there and just do butchery, whether it was chicken, whether it was meat, whether it was lamb, or whether it was
human
fish.
flesh.
I know. When you say you're down in a basement doing butchery, it sounds a little bit.
Yeah, well, we have got a downstairs kitchen at ARIA, so it's where all the prep used to get done.
But you look how far you've come. In Parramatta, to Parramatta RSL, to where ARIA, one of the world's greatest restaurants.
It's just like a big RSL, really, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, I go in and get that mashed potato.
But what's interesting, though, is that RSL food isn't what you picture their stuff was when we ate when we were kids in RSLs. Last year's winner of this competition was a tofu dish.
It was a tofu dish, yeah. And Manu and Faz did the judging last year, or actually the faces of it, and Courtney and I are this year. And look, it's come a long way. Amanda, when I was working at Parramatta RSL, everything pretty much came out of the freezer and it was into the deep fryer. And I remember I watched that guy on the deep fryer, and I thought one day if I could get on the deep fryer, I'd be pretty happy. And he'd been there for 4 years. He wanted to get on the grill, so it was pretty basic, simple food. And I think what they've got to do these days, you've you've got to go with the times. So you've got to up the ante when it comes to food, and this is another a great thing to actually make them up the ante and have some decent food.
How good's the deep fryer though?
The deep fry is good. Look, and you're always going to have something deep fried. There's no question.
But not just eating from it, just running the deep fryer.
Running the deep fryer. You know, I was at the Rockley Hotel, you know, the pub that I own in the country, and only a few weeks ago, and some people called in sick, and I was out at the farm. I got the phone call, and I did the deep fryer for the night. You know, fish and chips, and you know,
but it's so satisfying
that's still
when it works.
brilliant to eat too. I mean, that's as you say, you've still got to have that in your life.
A few of the locals are a bit shocked that, you know, I'd be cooking on the deep fry, but because I was running the food out too for them, and they're like, "Oh my God, what's he doing here?"
But they would have thought they were on TV.
Yeah,
they would have thought, "Hang on, this is some sort of show."
So tell us how people themselves get involved in this, because there's stuff in there for them too, isn't it?
Yeah, so voting actually starts today. So there's about 130 clubs that are participating in the Perfect Plate. Now, if there's a couple of venues in a club, they can actually nominate more than one different dish, and people go in there, and there's QR codes, and they can eat it, and they give it a score out of 5.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the end of it, we sort of, you know, add it all up and you know, divide it all, and you've got the perfect plate. But if you're actually a punter that you're going in, there's also prizes that you can win also.
When I look at the Lake Cat Eye Bowling Club, for example, you would not have imagined there would be a Nepalese goat curry there in any world.
Well, you know, goat is one of the most eaten meats in the world. Because they eat a lot of it in India and the Middle East, and you know, and Nepalese food is that sort of, you know, they have a lot of curries, and I suspect that's going to be a pretty bloody good dish. It'd be falling off the bone. You know, there's a bug and snapper pie. You know, bugs. When we say bugs, that's coming from Canterbury Hurlstone Park that I remembered, and you know, people think straight away from America when they come out, they go a snapper pie. Yeah, I get that, but with bugs in it. But you know, it's actually a Moreton Bay bug or a Balmain bug.
Not bugs.
And nothing from Parramatta RSL, or is it because you left it and that was it?
Look, I'm actually heading out there today to have a bit of a look. I'm not sure what I'm going to taste today, but I'm pretty excited, and hopefully it's got better than when I was there. And I don't want to say when I was there because it was quite some time ago.
Well, I hope
So you
that
can take over the deep fryer.
Yeah, I hope the guy moved on from the deep fryer to imagine he's still there.
Wouldn't it be surprised? I hope he has. I suspect that he has.
Oh, no, I dropped it in the back of the deep fryer. I'll get it. Matt, it's always great to talk to you. Vote in your local club Perfect Plate Awards before July 9 for your chance to win gift cards and foodie getaways. Head to perfectplate.com.au. Matt Moran, thank you.
Guys, it's great to see you. It's been too long.
Jam Nation.
Everybody shout! Come on now, sing out! It's time for the Ghoulies get together.
If you'd like to give us a ghoulie, you could be in the running for $20,000. That's what our favourite ghoulie of the year is going to get, thanks to Hare and Forbes Machinery House. Download the iHeartRadio app, go to WSFM, press the microphone, record your ghoulie.
What have we got?
My ghoulie is that at 8:05 every morning, and I'm a bus driver, I drive along and I have no self-control because all of a sudden I found myself saying, "And I just can't take it anymore!" Really annoys the passengers.
I see, because he's talking about when the pub test, at the start of the pub test.
Oh, I see. I thought he was just going crazy.
So we're making an impact.
He's joining in, and we're happy for it.
What else have we got?
What gets my ghoulie is cars that park on footpaths and not on the side of the road, hence why they are called footpaths. They are for feet, not cars.
I feel that's kind of directed at you.
Me?
Yeah.
Why do I park on the footpath?
Oh, you got to drive on it. It's like you're on the Italian job.
Not true.
Out with the bad, in with the good. If you dipped out, doesn't matter. You can always download the iHeartRadio app, record your ghoulie. You could win $20,000 cash thanks to Hare and Forbes Machinery House. It's 6 to 9.
Our favourite caller, email or Facebook friend, wins a double pass to Tina Arena Night at the Barracks. This is when Night at the Barracks returns to Manly this spring.
You get a Jonesy Amanda tea towel and 18th birthday key ring as well.
I've listened all morning to Jonesy berating Gen Y Rye because he stuffed up his car by not refilling the oil. The engine is staffed. Jonesy has lectured him the way he lectures his children.
Can I just say this to you, Ryan? When was the last time you had the car serviced?
It was about a year ago.
So they would have put oil in it then.
I don't know, unless I didn't pay for it or something.
What? Yeah, but you got to... See, this is what I'm talking
Jonesy,
about.
Ryan is not your child.
Was there a hole in your sump, do you know?
The tribal, dear Liza, the tribal drum was beating for my kid and their car.
I'm in love with my car.
No.
Here's Brad from Canterbury.
Well, she bought her own car. She'd had it for a while. She called me up and said she got a flat tyre. I went out to help her change the flat tyre. And then I realised that all the tyres had the steel bands coming out of them. So the reason they were flat is because the tyres were worn down so far, the metal had come through them. And I asked her why, and she said, I didn't know that the tyres had to be changed.
It's a thing. Ryan, did you know about tyres?
Yes. Leave
See?
me alone.
I know. Stop looking at him like that, Brendan.
Righto, you two. That's
Go and
enough.
berate your own children. Bill Weaver's up next. We're back tonight for Jam Nation. We'll see you at 6 o'clock.
Good day to you.
Well, thank God that's over.
Goodbye. Goodbye. Wipe the tears, baby, tears from your eyes.
Catch Jonesy and Amanda's podcast on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
One swallow, drink till you're